What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Wealth Not Wait. Another episode today it's going to be Ubering of delivering me to 1,000, on my way to 1,000 deliveries. I'm recording this. It's going to be for Monday, October 4th. That will be the Uber date. Today was actually not too bad. I did okay. It wasn't anything crazy. Less than I would have liked, unfortunately, but it was overall a pretty easy day. We did 9 orders. I'm gonna go back and double check here real quick. Was 9 trips. The average thing for the trip, the average amount was around $6 a trip, so not great. Definitely not the Thursday we had where it was $10 a trip. Was going to be a little bit more. Usually everybody left a tip, but there was one 30-minute trip that I made where instead of getting paid $9, $10 almost, they just gave me the $4 and didn't tip at all. So I don't think I did anything bad, but and it would have been nice to do a 30-minute drive for get the extra $4. But the way I look at it is, listen, if somebody really needs it that bad, then they're not going to tip me after that work. Then I'd fucking keep it. I'm not going to have any hard feelings over $4 or $5 if they need it that bad. I hope the situation gets better for them. Other than that, there was nothing really super crazy. I actually left about 20 minutes earlier than I usually would, which was nice. Got 2 bigger orders of the night. $8 to $9 orders were pretty solid. And that's just kind of like leads me into ways to make money with Uber. The way to make money with Uber that usually at least worked for me in the past. I know this area is kind of changing up a little bit. A lot less Uber and a lot less heavy orders. I'd say maybe now 30% of the time is going to be something I would take versus now 60% to 70% of the time something I wouldn't take. And then of course in that gray area is the maybe should I take this, maybe not, but anything along those lines. But the way to really make money with Uber, you could do it really one of 3 ways. Would be just time-based. I go out and I Uber, 9 hours or whatever it is. Strategy-based, I Uber at these times, and I drive through this area because I know it's busy. Or a mix of both. That's usually what I like to do. I'll go out for, say, 4 or 5 hours. Lately it's been a little less than usual. But for 4 or 5 hours, you go out and, okay, I'm doing 5 hours of work, and I'm going to go during optimal times, and I have a route that I know is very good. Of course, changing it up and, not getting too stale. Something I may need to take a little of my own advice from and change up areas potentially. Maybe go to a different area, go to a different county. I don't want to go. I know there's some areas near me. I could drive, out of Pinellas County and go to Tampa, but Tampa's not really where I want to drive to because from Pinellas County, that's going to be, $20 in gas almost by itself. So it's, it would be, I'd have to work on that a little bit, but we'll see what happens. The real way to do that is, okay, I'm driving, say, a large amount of hours. At really any point, as long as you have at least a decent amount of Ubering business, you're going to do fine if you're driving a large amount of hours. That's basically, you're running the math on it. You worked, 10 hours and you made $10 an hour, you're making $100 a day. That's just basically the end of it. But now it's not worth your money then, potentially, for the hourly pay, but you're still going to be making $100 a day if you do, say, 10 hours. And you're getting a reasonable amount of Uber orders. That's just making $10 an hour. You're going to be making a lot more than that. Usually, again, at least, depending on your area and whatnot. Or being strategic. If you do, say, 3 hours a day, but it's pouring rain, it's the height of dinner rush, and it's in a traditionally very busy area, you can make, I made $60 one time in less than 2 hours. I made $80 in 2.5 hours about. So you could be very strategic. If you drive for 3 hours and it's under great conditions, maybe not great driving conditions, but great conditions, you can make a significant amount of money, which is really good. Or you could do like the way I do. I'll try and usually leave, say, 6 o'clock, 7-ish, depending on what time dinner starts, depending on what time the dinner rush goes on, the day of the week, what I got going on personally. Again, this is kind of like a side hustle for me. It's not really my main job or anything like that. I do have other stuff that I put in a lot of work to, being the YouTube channel and other businesses and stuff that I would like to do, even though this is the primary source of income that I am putting back into that business. Everything from here goes right back into my business to grow, and then eventually that will become a stable income source at that point. But you got to work towards that point, of course, So that's kind of what I use it for. That, along with, gas and investing and whatnot, I section it off and do my thing with it. So that's kind of the way I set it up. So I'm not going to be doing it full time, what I do is essentially I pick, say, dinner rush. You know, I'm not super busy after dinner. I spend time with my family, usually during the day. Spend time with my friends, go places, this, that. After 6, 7 o'clock, there's not a whole lot of crazy events going on to the point where I need to be there and doing something unless it's like a big birthday dinner or something or whatever. And then I may take off that day. Or say tomorrow, which would be the today I'm filming, I'm going to a concert, first ever concert, so I'm very excited about that. And at which point I'll most likely take off from Ubering. If it runs into that time, at least I'll be taking off from Ubering. But other than that, then you can just play strategic, essentially. Okay, I know this area is very busy. It's raining right now, which means, double the Uber orders or double the prices for it, because, the Uber pays you for driving in the rain. And I have a lot of big orders during this rush. I know this area is very popular. I go down, there's a couple roads, a couple areas I know, and they have 20 to 30 different restaurant options. I know somebody's gonna be doing Uber within that time period. So you could do that and, play strategically. Or like me, I'll try and go for a reasonable amount of time at least. Before it used to be a lot longer. I could leave at 6 o'clock and I wouldn't get home till 2, 3 in the morning. That used to be when I was, diehard Uber days, and I could make upwards of almost $200 in a day, because I'd be doing both the dinner rush, if it was raining, amazing, down busy areas of being very strategic with my time, and then also doing just a larger amount of time. I'd be doing, 7, 8 hours ish, sometimes 9 if I was really pushing, like I said, till 3 o'clock in the morning. If it had that business and it was being strategic with it, you can make a lot of money from it. So using one of, if not all three, or using, if not one of the two main methods, or using a combination of it, that's how you'll make a significant amount of money with Uber. Or even like today, if I didn't do strategically and I would have went out just during the day, or say more of a breakfast rush, I'm not a big breakfast person for delivering it. I hear you make significantly less money. If I did 4 or 5 hours of breakfast rush, or even say like 6 or 7, I probably would have made the same, if not less, I would imagine, comparably to what I would have made now doing the dinner rush in the areas that I had done it. And again, you're going to get customers like the one who didn't tip. I don't complain about it. There's no ill will. I would like somebody to tip. But again, if they're not tipping, if you're driving 30 minutes and they're not tipping, yeah, absolutely, it's not worth the money. It's going to piss you the fuck off. I understand that. But at that point, the way I look at it is, hey, listen, maybe I did something wrong and I didn't realize it. That's a case. Or 2, which I believe is the most likely situation in this scenario. Listen, if they really feel that it's not worth the money at that point, and they need to save those $4 after they know somebody did that hard work, then that's like going out to a restaurant, not tipping the server, and the chipper did a pretty good job. It's just like, if you really need the money that bad, fucking keep it. I recommend you don't Uber Eats at that point. If you can't tip, I understand that people shouldn't have to pay ridiculously high amounts of money to get their food delivered. But if you're driving 30 minutes from a restaurant, traditionally people would expect that. However, again, if they need the money, they could keep it. There's no ill will towards it. You got to be prepared for that. Again, this is probably like the second time in a row it's happened, but overall, I'd say maybe the 10th time out of my almost 1,000 orders delivering where I didn't get a tip when I really thought I would have. There's of course times where there's a mistake or something wrong, or you drop the food on accident or something. I haven't done that, thankfully. But it's just times, like I'm saying, if you do that, you're like, yeah, I'm not going to tip for this one. So again, I hope it's not going to be an increasingly common thing. Like, hopefully, it's not this lull that we've been in is not increasingly common, especially as we go into the holidays. I feel around November-ish, end of November, anytime after Thanksgiving, and then definitely December. I feel like we're going to be pretty busy for Uber. But just kind of riding out that wave and making as much money as I can before then. That's kind of the goal. And of course, getting to our 1,000 orders. So if you guys like these tips, if you liked, what I was saying, if you liked the story, or you just want any more information on Uber or anything along that lines, or just, talk to me in general, make sure to hit me up, DM me, subscribe, like, comment, the whole 9, whatever platform you're on currently listening to this. Make sure you get in contact with me and just let me know how your feelings on it. I hope you guys like this video, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.